Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, guys. We're here again with my man, Sammy. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. So let's get into it, Sammy. Let's go, 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 go.
Yeah, so we're going to go through Bitcoin just to have a look at what's going on in the market. I might look at Bitcoin Dominance very quickly just to give you guys an update, since that's what I said last week. And shout out to our subscribers because we're nearly getting to 100 members. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, help us out, and comment below what you want to see from us. We're here. We're going to guide you in the market, but we don't know what's on your mind, so let us know.
Yeah, we're here to help you guys. We're here to help you guys out. All right, let's get into it, Sammy. Tell us. Go, 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 go.
Bitcoin on the weekly. So what we're looking at is we want this green candle. We want this week to close back above the 50-week moving average, right? So this was a strong area of support in the May mid-year dump that we had. It closed a little bit below it, but then it immediately closed above it with a bullish engulfing candle. We want to see Bitcoin close above it. If it trades below it and starts hitting its head against it, it might be a precursor sign that we're going to come back down and test this 40k region. And yeah, if we go below down 40k, then that's a lower low on the macro chart. That's not good. But yeah, I'm hoping that we do go above it. If it is, it's a green flag. If we stay below it, it's a bit of a red flag you should be aware of. Another thing, we've got the stochastic RSI slowly coming to a bullish cross here, giving us another signal. So it wants to move up. Just to keep in mind as well, guys, it's end of year and it's Christmas time. So it doesn't actually take a lot of money to actually move this market, and institutions are pretty much closing down for the end of the year. So this trading activity that we're seeing is mostly driven by kind of that retail traders and investors. So I don't know how much of it to believe, but at the moment, I'm just taking the price action. Let's zoom in onto the daily, and we can see we've got some key movements on the daily. I'm basically waiting for this diagonal trend line to be broken from Bitcoin. And not just that, I want this, the 618 Fibonacci retracement line to be broken, right? Diagonal trend lines, once they're broken, it's good. It's a good indicator, but I don't like trading off that because they can be misleading. That's what diagonal trend lines are. Wait for a horizontal trend line. And the best one is that I'm seeing is the 618. It also captures the local highs earlier in December when it ran up to it, got rejected, came back down. Going on to the 4 hour, Bitcoin is showing a bit of sign of life right now. So it came down and done this W reversal and it broke out here.
That's what we were talking about last episode. We actually wanted something like that, guys.
Yeah, not seeing a lot of volume coming in to validate that. So what I want to see is Bitcoin come down, test this alert that I have set up here at the top of the W, hold support there, and then we can see continued upside. So if you're taking it level by level, if you're a trader, I wouldn't open up any longs until Bitcoin gets down to this level, test this area of support. If it comes down, it's going to pull down the market with it. That's when you're going to get your best opportunities to open longs, and then see this trend line here broken, which was a previous swing high as well. We want that broken, and then after that, we want pretty much this to be broken. And you want to just start making those waveforms, just going up those areas of resistance, right?
100%.
So it's got a lot of work to do. It's got the 21 daily moving average coming in. It needs to break that, and it needs to break that fib 618. That's what I want to see from Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to prove itself to me if the market's worth trading right now. That's what we have to see. We have to see that higher high and higher lows established. If not, be cautious. I wouldn't enter any trades right now because it needs to still work itself out on the weekly. So that is Bitcoin. Should we jump over to Bitcoin Dominance quickly, Ibi?
Yeah, just before you go on further, Sammy, it's just in regards to what we're talking about on the last episode, how there's so many resistance layers that Bitcoin has to work through. Now, just a heads up, guys, that is very normal and it's very healthy. But let's just say Bitcoin surprises everyone and just starts breaking all barriers and surpassing everything, and it's just pumping and pumping and pumping. That's when I would be concerned. So I thought I'll just throw that in there. That's all I have to say, Sammy. Let's move on to the dominance.
Let's go. So Bitcoin Dominance, this has been very interesting. So I'll turn off all my indicators on this because all we want is price action for Bitcoin Dominance. Now, you guys know that I've been tracking Bitcoin in this. Let's go on the weekly. We've got this primary, I call this the primary trend line. This one, Ibi, going down, support, broke it, and then resistance, back tested resistance again and got rejected. So this is my primary line. This diagonal line is my primary line of resistance. Now inside here, inside this little pattern, there's been, you know, rising wedge, 68% chance it breaks bearish, and it did. And then it went into this falling channel again, 70% chance it breaks bullish, and it did. And when it broke bullish, it consolidated into a rising triangle, and it's just been textbook up until then. So what we had till now is we had this falling wedge supposed to break bearish. And this is why I say be cautious of diagonal trend lines, right? It broke this diagonal trend line, but then look, it found resistance. It was unable to break that previous low and put in a higher high. What has it done? It's come back down. So at the moment, Bitcoin Dominance looks to be putting in some type of reversal W. So we got to watch what it does. So if I draw this, we've got two things that might happen. Goes up here, breaks it, comes down, retests it, and goes up there. That's an uptrend in Bitcoin Dominance. Now, if Bitcoin is green, if Bitcoin is green, that means it's soaking up dominance. People are buying Bitcoin, right? Yeah. So that means Bitcoin's going to outperform most altcoins, particularly mid caps and large caps. So that's your top 100. But if Bitcoin is red and it's increasing dominance, that means the money coming out of the market and it's coming out of altcoins harder. That's why Bitcoin dominance is going up. People are losing their altcoin positions. That's what we saw here. See how Bitcoin dominance just shot up in this May dump. So what happened in May? Bitcoin was red, it went down, but its dominance went up. People with altcoin positions started cutting it. So that's what we don't want to see.
Losses and just moving on.
We don't want to see if Bitcoin is red here and dominance is going up, you're also basically getting wrecked. But if Bitcoin is green and its dominance is going up, that's healthy. That's just Bitcoin getting more and more market value. And it's going to help if you're a trader. Just focus on trading Bitcoin, because chances are if dominance is going up, Bitcoin is outperforming most of the altcoins right there. So it's easy, just focus on one chart. The second scenario that I want to say might happen, Ivy, is this level of support. This is going to mean a mega altcoin rally if this happens. So I know I say if this happens or that happens. The point is, if this goes up, you know what to do. If this goes down, you got a different plan. Now, if this goes down, we're talking about a face melting altcoin season. First, we have to break this level of support here that it's bouncing off. Then we have to break this level of support where it came down, you know, dominance came down to 39% in May and it got rejected. And then again, dominance came down to this 39% region in September, it got rejected. So technically, if you look at it on the weekly, this does form like a descending triangle with, you know, a high probability of breaking bearish. So we've got to wait and see what happens. If this does break bearish, you know, it's face melting altcoin season. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to trade the market regardless, and my long-term hodl bags will be dependent on what Bitcoin does. Let's go here on the weekly. Bitcoin loses this, just to wrap up, if Bitcoin loses this 50-week moving average and starts hitting its head above it and getting rejected, that's a warning shot. Your next warning shot is if you get a weekly close below these candles here, these candle wicks, right? Below 40K, that's your second warning shot. You've put in a lower low on this trend. If Bitcoin does close below 30K, then that's a macro low. I'll be looking at exiting on the next relief rally and just cut my losses, come back later. But that's Bitcoin in the market.
100%. Oh, thank you so much for that, Sammy. Before we go on and end this episode, now, what I'm scared about in regards to that, what you show there, is the head and shoulder that can play out on the bearish scenario. But as you said, if it breaks up, we're still in the game, guys. On the previous episode, I mentioned that where I'm going to, grab my ball and go home is that 40K support line. If the 40K drops below down, then I'm packing up shop and I'm walking out. That is me, though. That is my strategy. Your strategy may be different and your risk tolerance will be probably different to me. But I think Sammy has his own tolerance as well. What's yours, Sammy? Let's just be transparent.
All right, so I'll share my screen again. Like you said, there is a potential for a head and shoulders playing out, and everyone on Twitter is pretty much talking about it. So the head and shoulders that you're talking about is this, right? You got that's not the tool I want to use. Where's the paintbrush? This. So you got left shoulder, came down, you got the head, and now you're going to get a bounce. And if this bounce puts in a right shoulder and goes down, you've got a bearish head and shoulder with a pretty ugly push down to 30K, I think is the technical target down there somewhere. So what we want to do play it by fibs, guys. This is how you're going to know, and this is my method. This is what I'm going to do. So at the moment, Bitcoin is holding in this reload zone, right? The fib retracements of 618 to 786. It's holding in this, so it's quite good. Now, we are expecting a bounce off this market because it is pushed down so far. So use your fibs to guess where that bounce is. So I'm going to pull it from that swing high down to the swing low, right? So I'm expecting Bitcoin to go at any of these fib extension levels, right? In particular, the 618 and the 786. This is going to be your strongest area of resistance, okay? So if Bitcoin gets through these areas, I'm personally looking at taking out some initial, my investment capital. How do I say it? My initial capital that I've invested in this region, that's what I'm going to do. So what we see whenever Bitcoin has these relief rallies, dead cat bounces, whatever you call it, it generally does bring altcoins with it, right? Altcoins also rally with it. We just got to watch what Bitcoin Dominance does to see that strength of that rally. But either way, altcoins should start performing well. And if you're in a loss, that's your best time to exit those positions that are losing, right? If you're down 50%, when Bitcoin bounces up here, when you're down 50%, you might be down 10% by the end of it. That's your best time to probably cut those losses. 10% loss is better than your 50% loss that you had here. 50%. Don't be expecting the market to give you more, thinking that, you might break even. No, this region, that's your best place. If you've been on the sidelines and your feet are cold, your palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. This is the region where you want to.
There for a second.
This is the region where you want to start taking profits from your portfolio. If you want to have your capital back in your hand, to keep it in your bank, to do whatever with your finances that you got to do, or to redeploy it later on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out a little bit of my portfolio here, and let's say Bitcoin does break the 786 out here. It does break it. That's a very healthy sign, because it's just pretty much cleared one of the last strongest areas of resistance, that 786. That's very good. That gives me an indicator that Bitcoin might keep on going higher. If Bitcoin does put in another higher high, that's a clear sign of strength, indicating that, it's not over. So even I have pulled out that capital out of the market, I will redeploy it later. So I'm not out of the game. That's my plan.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So that is it, guys. We just talked about Bitcoin. We're showing you where the buy, the sell signals are, what are the head and shoulders, and the positive upside as well. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Please remember that it's just two guys having a chat. I hope that you are enjoying all of our little episodes that we're doing. But that's it. I have nothing more to say. Have a good day or night. See ya. Bye.
Take care. See ya.